stacked versus crossed, okay? And so, right, left, okay? Cerebellum.
This is a kids only seat.
CB. And we'll go to, this is cortex. All right, so the cortex itself, we're gonna quickly just throw out at random. Let me see, you're on the dyslexic side, so we're gonna say the right cortex is running higher, left is running lower, okay? So we're gonna say the low cortex is on the left, which is what we found today when we had you stand on one foot, right? Okay, now, if that's the case, this one should be the low one because this drives that. When you get out of bed, you stand up, all the stuff from below turns that frequency up. As it turns this frequency up, it drives the frequency here. Same thing on this side, right? That's the crossed system. Here's the issue though. The cortex itself sends signals down to create the tone of the muscles, okay? Same thing over here, right? Here, the cerebellum receives information from the tone of those muscles, okay? So we call that feedback. The feedback loop is coming from those same muscles. So if I'm running low, I'm gonna start creating more and more of a mushy tone. If I'm creating more and more of a mushy tone, the feedback is going to be less. If the feedback gets so bad, it now becomes the low cerebellum. And because of that, I have a stacked lesion. See, that's how we get it, right? Over time. And so here's the issue. If I drive this, I'm driving this, which is the strong one, which this inhibits this, and this inhibits this. So we got Arnold Schwarzenegger and Pee Wee Herman. And we're boosting, we're giving steroids to Arnold, and he's beating the crap out of this, out of Pee Wee, right? So the real answer to the problem is I have to boost this without doing that. And there's only two things I can do. Golgi, tendon, organ, stretch. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Stretch the elbow, stretch the wrist, stretch the arm, stretch the foot, okay? And the other is heat, okay? And I usually put that on your foot, so it's farthest away, so we can trickle charge it all night, okay? Up here, I wanna boost this here, and so, but I have to be careful how I'm boosting it, and because I want this to create a better tone so that I get better feedback, right? And so what I'm gonna do here is peppermint, which I'm gonna use it even when it's crossed, but I might do some eye movements. Okay? So I'm limited to those things, okay? So now, as I'm boosting this, as I'm pounding away at this, this is becoming better. As it becomes better, there will come a point where now it's no longer the weak one. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
This one, we're back to this one being the weak one. And this is where it gets cool because it is connected, phylogenetically we call it, phylogenetic connected to that cortex. So now I can do stuff that I couldn't do with the body that will drive the cerebellar up, and it will not only improve the cerebellum, but it will also improve the frequency here. That's why it gets easier when it's no longer stacked, when it's crossed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
that makes sense.
It took me 5 years to get that.
I haven't heard that from any of my dystonia membership research people. This is great.
All right. Yeah, that took 5 years to truly understand. And